morning, my lovelies. Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel. And I've got a couple of things in today's episode that I've been saving up. First off, Miss Lulu, are you going to come and say hello to everyone? You come over here. Give it a minute, everyone. Okay. She had to keep checking in the night if I was dead by keep smacking me in the face. Didn't you, babe? Yeah, we had that going on last night. A minute. She looks like she struggles there, but she's with me all the time. Anyhow, yeah, she kept me awake last night by pretty much just coming and smacking me in the face all the time, just because she needed to check I wasn't dead. So that was very nice. Okay, so in today's episode, I thought I'd, well, first off, I'll show you my outfit. This is the Harmony jumpsuit. This was bright red and bright yellow, and I just added the tan, one full bottle of the Rit tan for about half an hour. And it just toned it all down to these full colours, which I think is beautiful. This is the silk shrug that I have to go with it, and obviously my obi belt. I also have the necklace and a nice pair of earrings. It's not about my outfit, even though it does look good today. Today's video, I thought it's something that my my subscribers could also participate in. Excuse me. I don't know, I suddenly got an itchy nose. Today's episode, and I might do a small series of this, is my 5 must-have beauty items. Okay, the next one's going to be house items, because I do have some there. But you know how you always have something that you cannot live without at your desert island product at the current time, at your current living standard. So I figured I would show you mine, and then you could tell me what yours were if you want to do that. So these are the things that in my life, they make my life a little bit easier. I think that's the best way to say it. And they have uses, should one say. So let's get straight into it. First one, Flonase. You may or may not have seen this advertised. I have to use this every single day, and it's become a staple. Absolutely become a staple in my beauty regime, but if that makes any sense. And the reason is that I always suffer with ear infections and sinuses. They're my 2 things. I've always suffered with them. And 2 years ago I got the worst that I've ever had, where I lost my hearing, sore throat, eyes, both got eye infections in both, breathing problems, all that. And anyway, after numerous tests, etc., one of the things that the specialist recommended was Flonase, and so I use that every night before I go to bed. Just one up both nose. So that's my first one. I can't really live without that, to be honest. I still suffer with ear congestion and sinus, but I've noticed a difference when I use that as opposed to not using it. Okay, these are in no particular order, guys. See, I've got a lovely basket to put my things in. The second thing, washcloths. These have always been a staple of mine, and even as a esthetician, I would always recommend washcloths to wash your face. And these are what I use. These I get from Walmart, and you get like 5 in a pack, and I get white because once, obviously I use one a day, and then at the end of the week I'll have them in a basket, the used ones, and then I just put them in a hot wash with a bit of bleach. They're all nice and clean. And these are my staples. I cannot do without some kind of a washcloth. These were just, like I say, they're just your simple white ones from Walmart. And yeah, I just, after I've put my cleanser on, I wet a washcloth, go over it in circles, do that, and that is my second staple in the bathroom. Okay, the third one. Oh, there's a lot in here of these. Okay, hand creams. And I'm not joking when I say oh my gosh, I can't believe how many. And this is only just, I use every hand cream on the market. I'm not joking. For my eczema. And yeah, I don't have one particular favourite that I use. But I always have to mix lidocaine, something with lidocaine in with my hand cream. And I must put hand cream on every 20-30 minutes all day, every day, and of a night time. And I wear gloves of a night time on top of it. I have to. So, I mean, you know, you can see Gold Bond lidocaine numbs away itch and pain. I always add that to whatever I'm using. CeraVe Instant Relief Moisturising Lotion. This is a new one, O'Keeffe's one. Working Hands. That's the one I have by the side of my bed. And just before I get in bed, I slather this on my hands with the little, where are they? There should be two, but little hand, you know, cotton gloves. Eczema Relief Hand Cream. Cortisone eczema. I mean, you name it. I have to have a type of hand cream. The one that I use the most of, believe it or not, because this is virtually empty, is this Eucerin Extremely Dry Compromised Skin Original Healing. It is the rich, so it's in the red. And like, I don't use this one during the day. This is my nighttime one. And what I do with this one is I get a big blob of it. I suppose I could use it on my hand, show you. I get a huge blob. I add the lidocaine to it. I have to, because it's the only way to stop the pain. So I add a bit of the lidocaine, and then, you know, I'm having such a bad breakout the last couple of days. I slather this on, and then what I do is I wait 5-10 minutes and I do a second application of this. And then, see, this is going in already. And then, so I do the second application, and then just before I get into bed, I actually put the O'Keeffe's on top of this, and then I add my gloves, and that keeps me going through the night. Sometimes I do it a little bit in the night, but not as much. I've got this glove, I've got a whole set of gloves, but they're in the wash. And then this one's about used up now. Doesn't take much to use them up. I always cut the fingers out my gloves. They come with fingers in. I look like a serial killer, don't I? So that's what I do. And then what happens is, I put the lid back on this. And then if I get up in the night, like I need the bathroom or something, this will have dried in. So I do another layer in the night time. And you would think from that, my hands would be so soft. I mean, obviously the outside of my hands are, but where I have my eczema, it's just, you know, it does its best, I would think. But I can't ever, I'll just wipe this off just a little bit. I can't really go that length of time without having something. And you can see Not sure if you could see what I had going on there. And this is how it presents. It's all red. This doesn't look too bad. I've got some areas at the moment, but yesterday it was full red, full itchy. It was just how it always is. And that unfortunately is something that, I mean, you just get used to it, don't you? It's annoying, you get used to it. And even though I've just put all of those layers on, I can feel the insides virtually dry again. It's amazing. Anyhow, that is for my eczema that I developed 2 years ago, and I use every hand cream. I have it in my bags, I have it. It doesn't matter where I am. As soon as it feels like it's going dry and cracked, I put hand cream on. So I've tried a lot. And prescription. Okay, next item. So I'll consider all those as one item. So we've done 3 items so far. The Flonase, we have done the washcloths, and we've done the hand creams. The next one is a 2 for 1. I couldn't do one without the other. And these are the 2 things that I found work so well together for acne, zits, cystic acne, and for cystic acne. And when I talk about cystic acne, especially in women, I'm talking about, well, I can't speak for men obviously, but I can speak for women. I'm talking about the big ones that come up, that you can feel a hard spot underneath the skin. It takes them a long time to come up. It's not like a regular acne spot that just comes up and it goes all, you know, is ready to be done and that. I'm talking about the ones that take a long time to come up and a long time to go away. They're your cystic ones. And these 2 products are my go-tos. I do not use the Panoxyl every single day. I use it when I have a breakout coming. And it's got the benzyl peroxide in, which is your beta acid. I can't read the back of it. The B on the benzyl stands for below. So that's the thing that goes down into your skin and starts killing the bacteria. I'm just going to take this silk sugar. Starts killing the bacteria on the inside of your skin. And I suffered with cystic acne virtually as soon as I started, you know, my regular menstrual cycles. Right up until I had my hysterectomy, they were horrendous. I mean, they would swell up the side of my, one of them could swell up the whole side of my face. And the cystic ones, this is my esthetician talking, you know, it's just are the ones that tend to run around here, okay? So they will run around this hormone line here. I'm not saying you don't get them everywhere else, but this is notoriously where you get them. You'll get them around here, and around here. Okay, so that's where, if you do suffer with the little cystic, I say little cystic ones, my 2-step system that I always used to tell my customers and that I follow as well religiously, and this is it. You start feeling it coming up, okay? It's not a regular zit. It's not just like a regular little poppy one that can come up. This is what you do. Once a day, of an evening, after I've done my wash, I will add a small amount, and I'll just show you. Literally a small amount, and add it to where I feel that the cyst, and I've had one coming up here, so here and here are my 2 hot spots. And what I'll do is I will put that on, brush my teeth normally, and then just leave that on. Most people, when they use a cleanser, they just put it on, take it off straight away. You want to let this particular one soak in. Okay, I don't use it on the rest of my face because I don't need it. If I had zit, I swear I probably would, but I tend to use it in those areas. And then once I've brushed my teeth and I know that I've had a good enough sort of 5 minutes, then I will wash it off, okay? So I know that benzoyl peroxide has soaked into the skin. Got to give it enough time. After I dry my face, what I use then is the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo. And people who know me, who are already subscribed, know this is the second one of my Desert Island products. This is what it is. I get mine from Amazon. Hi guys. I get mine from Amazon. Okay. Now I don't have my glasses on, but I'm pretty sure this is the Salicylic Acid. It has benzoyl peroxide. I can't see. I can't read, but I think it has salicylic acid. Okay. So then what I do is get a small amount, just a little pea size, and I rub it into that area, okay, wherever I've got that coming. Let it dry, and then put my regular moisturiser on, okay, but I let that dry. Didn't mean for this to turn into this kind of session, but once I have done that, you cannot then go tampering with the zit, okay? You have to let it run its course. If you go tampering around with the zit, trying to squash or whatever it is, you got to realise it is not a zit. It is a cyst. It is a very small cyst that's in a sac. And if you don't understand the full working of how a cyst is, if you go now trying to, you know, even if it looks like it's coming up a little bit ready to pop in that, if you try to mess around with it, then you'll make it a whole lot worse. You will reverse everything you did. So specifically with the cystic ones, and they're the ones that I get, you know, used to get more than anything, you have to then leave it, okay? You cannot touch it, you cannot pop it, you can't do anything to it. If you do, you reverse it by about a week, and that will not go away for, you'll add another week onto it. So that's what I do. I mean, I can feel it now. This one, it was coming up and coming up and coming up. I did this treatment, now it's going down. Now what's happened is the little sac that's inside with all the nastiness or the infection is actually, the sac is getting smaller and smaller, and the infection is dying off, and eventually that will work its way out of my body. Do not mess with it. In fact, if you want me to do an episode about that, I can definitely do an episode, but today is about my go-to things that I have to have. These are my two, and anybody that I've worked on in the past who've had problems, I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of expensive skincare you may be on, these are the two I found that work, okay? I love you. Okay. My number one product that I can't live without. I'm pretty sure if my sisters are watching and any of my close friends, I don't have many, but any of my close friends are watching, they're gonna know. I know if my sister Patricia's watching, she's gonna know. It is Elizabeth Arden, the original 8-hour cream. Okay. Don't know if you watch previous videos, been on any of my skincare ones or any like that, but this is my number one. I cannot live without this. If something happened to me and I had no money whatsoever, this is the one thing that I would definitely say to people, please just get me one for Christmas or for a birthday or something. I can't live without it. I've been using it since I've been 18, not this tube, and I will always buy it. And the reason what I use it for, you can use it for many different things. It is like a gloopy Vaseline type mixture. It looks like a brown kind of colour. I use it on my lips. Okay, and let me tell you why. You can, like I say, you can use it for dry areas and anything, but I use it on my lips. And I have one of those by the side of my bed, and before I go to bed I put that on. Okay, if you suffer with dry lips, it works. If you get cold sores coming up, now I know that is systemic. I know that's something from the inside. I know the workings of them. But I found that during the winter kind of weather, if my lips get even a little bit over dry, I can feel the tingling starting. Okay, and that's just the way it is. So I found that if I put this on when I go to bed, it stays on all night, but it nourishes as well. And let me just wipe off. It's very thick, it's very gloopy, it has its own unique smell, which I've got used to over the years. I don't care about the smell of it. But if you have any super dry patches on your face or anything, you can use it. You can use it on your fingernail, you can use it on anything. I've even used it at times on my hands if I've had to, if it's been a really bad breakout, I've used it, but it is very thick and gloopy, more gloopier than the Eucerin. But it is my number one. If I use this, I don't get dry lips, and that's it. And if you love your chapstick or whatever you use on your lips at the moment, that's great, but it is not nourishing, and it doesn't soak in, if that makes any sense. They're just things that are barriers. This is a barrier cream, but it will soak in and it will repair as well. So this is my number one, and I have anything that I have going on, so to speak. We all have stuff going on, let's face it. Of anything that I have going on, the one thing that, like I say, I just can't do without it. This is the Skin Protectant, and like I say, if you are definitely in the market for a lip balm of some kind, because you suffer with dry lips, and I know we're coming into the colder season, you can't go wrong. In fact, buy two. I will put one in your bag, and I have one by the side of my bed, and I just use this, like I say, every night time. I put it on. It does its job. I don't get dry overnight, and then I don't need to use it during the day because my lips are moisturized enough, even though I do a lot of talking. So those are my 5 things. I'll go through them again. Elizabeth Arden Skin Protectant 8-hour cream, my number 1 thing. My number 2 thing, Panoxyl and the Everclar. That's just one item, if you know what I mean. I've classed it as one item. Cannot live without those. Every hand cream on the planet. It's terrible. I never used to have this many. Every hand cream on the planet. Washcloths. Flonase. I even wrote it on a list. So those are my 5 things that make my life better. They are tried and trusted. I can't say they're cheap. They're not cheap, but they do what they're supposed to do. And if you've ever bought something that's supposed to do something and it doesn't, you know what I'm talking about. We've all done it. So that is my 5 items, and I would be interested to find out what other people's items are, the ones that you just can't live without, that make your life better. I think that's the best way to put it. So the next one I do of this series will be 5 things within the house, and that I found that make my life just a little bit better. And in the meantime, I would just like to say thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this episode, well, I hope you liked this episode. It's a little bit different from the clothing one, but I just think I'd like to do like more of an interactive episode with people to find out what they like, because you never know, you might find something that you need. I'll put links to all of my products down below. If Lulu was here, I'm sure she would say goodbye after her little performance during the night. Have you noticed with cats how they have this way of being so cute and cuddly, which obviously, but you know, they wake you up. That's the best way to. In fact, I could do more than one episode on the whole ways that they can wake you up. But yeah, she's probably going to have to go off for a sleep now for an hour because she was awake during the night. But anyway, from me, I'd just like to say thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode. Love y'all. Bye.